What is going on, my beat buffs? Today I'm going to show you guys how to sample inside of FL Studio. There are a bunch of ways to do it, and I'm going to show you what I do personally and what I've seen other producers do as well. So let's just get into it. Right off the bat, you want to go to your mixer, go to master or whatever channel, doesn't really matter, and look for Edison. Edison is great. This is the first one that I started to sample with, and it's pretty much just like an audio editor. There's a bunch of knobs here, but for the most part, what you really only need to focus on is when you have the sample inside of here, you can highlight it. And let me just bring a sample in so that I can actually show you guys. Right here, I've picked this Stacy Lattisaw. I don't even know how to say her name, but I liked it, and there was a lot of room. I usually, when I try to find samples, I don't look for anything that has a bunch of drums in it, because it's hard to sample and add your own drums when there's already drums in there. Sometimes they're offbeat or whatever the case may be. So you want to just drag and drop this in there. And where I got this sample from was the Acid Crack Dealer drum kit from J Platinum, somewhere on the internet a long time ago. Now what you want to do is find a part. So let's listen to it for a second. Yeah, so that's the part that I want to use. This is a little cheesy, I'm not going to lie, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to show you guys how to sample, you know. Usually what I try and do, or here's a couple of things that I try and do when I'm sampling. The first thing that I want to do is, you notice how the pattern or the melody or whatever, the loop, the sample starts right here. I believe it starts right here. Let me make sure though. Okay, actually I'm going to start it right here. What I try to do is I try to get it as close as possible to the start of the sound. That way, when it loops, it's going to sound on time. So let's see. I zoom in really, really close, and I always try to get the line or whatever in between bumps, because if you have it like right here, usually when it re-loop, it'll have a little popping sound that I've noticed. So I try to get it in between all that stuff. And I notice it's a little long, so we're gonna try and drag it back, maybe right here. Also, what I like to use is right up here, it tells you the time, and I noticed that most samples that I like, at least when they're smaller, they should usually be around 8 seconds long. That means it's like a full loop, and it just works out pretty well. It's not always the case, but it's what I've noticed. Right, look at that. Now we have a full loop. It's working out right. So let's just drag and drop this in there. What you want to do is click, when it's highlighted, click drag, copy sample. You just want to drag it over here. And there you go. But we're not done yet, right? Now you have it, but you notice it's not on the 5 or whatever. It's not 4 bars long. And if you try to put drums down, it would be off time and it'd be really annoying. So one thing that I learned how to get over that is the time bar. You want to click on it, go to time, and click 4 bars. This puts it in time for you automatically. There's also another way to do it. I'm going to show you in a second, but let me show you guys what just happened. Right, look at that. It's on time now. Now you can make something cool. So now let's take the time off and show you another way to do it. You can mess with the tempo. This one's a little bit trickier, and I've noticed it's kind of hard to get it completely on time the way that you want it. But I guess if you wanted to, you could do it like this, and you could trim the end off or pull it back. But for me personally, I like the other way a lot more. So let's go back, go to time. And if you wanted to, so like how it is right now, it's kind of high pitch, right? And it's still kind of fast. So what you could do now, which I like, is you could change the tempo, and it changes the sound. Right? And there's even more stuff you could do. You could change the pitch of it. Let's bring the pitch all the way down. I don't really recommend bringing it all the way down, but you can. Right, so we haven't even gotten to like effect plugins or anything. We're doing all this just with the sample itself in FL Studio, which I think is really cool. We could also reverse it if we wanted to. Which, that sounds pretty cool to me, right? So now I'm going to show you guys another way to sample in FL Studio. This is a way that took me a while to figure out. We want to go to Add, and then we want to go to SliceX. And this one is a little bit different than the way I just showed you. Let me go find that again. Right, we're going to drag and drop it in there. And this one is more of like a slicing tool, meaning that if you picked a certain part that you liked, you could basically slice it. And I'll show you more of what I mean. So let's take this part. Actually, let's delete everything. No. Why are you not doing it? Okay. Cut that, right? Okay, there we go. And if we cut this. Okay. Excuse me on this part. I'm not. I actually haven't used SliceX in a while, but I still got it down. Alright, so now what's cool about this one is, right, so yes, we just did the same thing in the other sampler, but this one is cool because we can go to this little thing right here, go to auto slice, and we'll do medium auto slicing. And what this just did was it sliced all the parts for us without us having to do really anything, right? So they're all sliced now. So let's play it real quick. And if we wanted to just like mess around and do something cool, we could. And I'm freestyling right now. I did not practice this any ahead of time at all. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to work off what I think sounds good. And we could literally copy that over, right? Oh, hold on. Let me fix that. It's a little off. Whoops. Just want to go to the time, go to none. Back to line. And we'll just copy. We'll just Control B that over there. And now, one thing we could definitely do is also throw some reverb on that, right? Let's find the reverb. Where is it at? There we go. And this is gonna keep it, because you notice how it like cuts off really fast, right? With that reverb, it just gives it like a little bit of an end tail, and it doesn't sound so sudden. And we could even throw a delay on there, but we'd be very, very picky with that. So let's see. Right, so those are really cool ways to sample in FL Studio. They give you a totally different outcome, and I think that's what's so cool about them, and the fact that they're both inside of FL Studio for free when you get FL Studio. FL Studio is not for free, but I mean, I know most of you guys torrent it, even though you should be paying for it, but whatever, man, I'm not gonna preach. There's also one more way that you can kind of sample. It's not really like a superficial way, but I have seen people use it. It's really weird. I don't know too much about how to use it, so I'm not gonna talk a whole bunch about that one, but let me go find it. It is, unless they got rid of it in the new 12.3, which I don't think they did. Where's it at? Okay, so it looks like, that's weird. Okay, I lied to you guys. I guess they don't have it in here, or maybe I'm just not seeing it right. But it was another weird way, and honestly, I didn't really recommend that way. The two ways that I just showed you guys, I think, is pretty effective. So let's go over the sounds we got, right? Right, and you could just throw some cool drums over that. I'm gonna actually do that right now just to give you guys an example. I'm gonna use Canary. Sure, why not? I'm gonna throw the pattern right there. I'm gonna mute this. I already muted it. Or we can change it, make it normal again. You see what I mean, though? We have a really cool beat. I think it sounds pretty cool. That's just my own opinion, though. We did that really easily. I promise you guys, I did not plan that ahead. The only thing I did was I found a sample that I liked. I didn't pre-slice it. None of that. That was all off the top. So I think that was pretty cool. I might end up actually making a beat out of this. I don't really know. Personally, I'm not too big a fan of sampling, just because I know it can be a really big hassle trying to get a sample cleared. And I've heard popular producers say that they you know, made this hit song out of a sample, but they couldn't get it cleared, so they couldn't do anything out of it, and I just wouldn't want to have that happen to me personally. So I guess that's kind of why I avoid them, but maybe I shouldn't be so worried about it. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Anyways, hopefully you guys learned something from this video. If you didn't, let me know what I could have improved on, and let me know some other ways you can sample inside of FL Studio if I missed them. Definitely would appreciate that. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day, guys. God bless.